Hello friends, welcome to our channel. So today we are going to see one coding question. So that is from CodeBeta. So consecutive prime sum. So consecutive prime sum. What is a consecutive prime sum means? Some prime numbers can be expressed as a sum of other consecutive prime numbers. Example, the 5 can be expressed as a two consecutive prime numbers 2 plus 3. The 17 prime number is expressed as a 2 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7. The number 41 is expressed as a 2 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 11 plus 13. All these are the prime numbers. So that is about consecutive prime number. Now we are going to write the program to find how many prime numbers satisfy this property in the range of 3 to n. So 3 to n means, for example, I am giving the n value equals to 5. What is the output? 1. If I am giving that n equals to 20, what is the output? Two numbers. One is 5, another one is 7. If I give n value equals to 50, that means less than 50, there are 3 consecutive prime numbers. So these are the sample input and output. If I am giving the 20, what are the consecutive prime numbers? 2. One is 5, another one is 17. If I give input as a 15, then the consecutive prime numbers are only 1, that is a 5. Now we are going to see program. I divide this program into two parts. One is finding the prime numbers up to n value and store all these prime numbers in the list L. Next, in the list L, I am going to find the consecutive prime numbers. So first we discuss how to store all the prime numbers in the list. In many competitive exams and in many coding exams, many questions are related to prime numbers. Now you can see how to find the prime numbers up to n. For example, here the first instruction is n equals to int of input. I am giving that n value equals to 20. So what is the expected output? At the end of this, all the prime numbers up to 20 are stored in the list L. So I am taking the list L equals to empty. So what is the expected output? L is, the prime numbers are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19. So these numbers are stored in this list. So first it is empty. So count we are using in this. So for I in range of 2 comma n. So what is the 2 comma n? What is the n value? 20. I in range of 2 comma 20. So range of 2 comma 20 means it starts from 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 19. So you can take n plus 1 here. So up to 20. So next one, for j in range of 2 comma int of math dot sqrt of I plus 1. So what this means? Int of math dot sqrt of I plus 1. So math dot sqrt of I plus 1 means, for example, I want to know the 9 is prime number or not. How I can know that 9 is a prime number or not means, it is not divisible by remaining numbers 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If this 5 is not divisible by these numbers, then I say that 9 is a prime number. That means for 9, we are going to do the operations 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 operations. So that means for 99, we are going to do 97 operations. So how I can reduce means, if you are going to find the square root of 3, so square root of 9, 3, that means if this number is not divisible by 2 and 3, then we can say that 9 is a prime number. So for example, 99. So 99 is a prime number or not? How I can know? So what is the 99 root? It may be 9.99 something. So plus 1 means 10. So round to 10. Then if this number is not divisible by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, then I say that the 99 is a prime number. So I can use math.sqrt of I plus 1 function here. So that means 2 comma into here, what is the I value? 1. So that means 2. So range of 2 to, that means we don't enter into the loop. So we go to execute this else block. L dot append of I. What is the I value? 2. So 2 is appended in the list. So what is the else block means? We can, in Python, we can write the else block for the looping, for loop. If this for loop is not break by the break statement, then we execute this else block. We can see again. So in Python, we can write the else block to the for loop. The purpose of the else block is, if the for loop is not break by the break statement, then we can execute this else block. In this case, 2 comma 2. 2 comma 2 means 0. That is not execute this break statement. So we enter into the else block. L dot append of I 2. Next instruction. So next it goes to here 3. Now the I value equals to 3. J in range of 2 comma int of math of sqrt means again it becomes 2 comma 2. So what is the J value? 2. What is the I value? 3. Again we are not executing this break, so we enter into the else block. L dot append 3. Next I becomes 4. So 2 comma int of square root of 2 means 2 plus 1. What is the 3? 2 comma 3, that means 2. So what is the I value? 4. What is the J value? 2. Equals to 0. So it executes break. So we don't enter into the else block. Again we go to for loop. Again it becomes 5. So 2 comma int of math of 5. Square root of 5 means 2 point something. So 2 plus 1 becomes 3. So 2 comma 3 means again it is 2. What is the I value? 5. 5 percentage 2 equals to 0. It is not equals to 0. So we don't enter into the if block and go into the else. L dot append 5. Next it becomes 6. So 2 comma int of square root of 6 plus 1. So 6 plus 1 means again it becomes 2 comma 3. What is the I value? 6. 6 percentage 2 equals to 0. So it is break. Next go to here. 7 now. Same. So square root of 7, 3. Again 2 comma 3. 7 percentage 2 equals to 0. False. So we enter into the else block. L dot append 7. Next it becomes 8. Square root of 8. Square root of 8 it becomes 2 point plus equals to 2 comma 3. Range of 2 comma 3. Again it becomes 2. 8 percentage 2 equals to 0. Break. Again go to here 9. So 9 here 2 comma int of 9. Square root of 9 means 3. 3 plus 1 4. That means 2 comma 3. So 2 comma 3 means first time 2. That means 9 percentage 2 equals to 0. False. Again goes to here 3. 9 percentage 3 equals to 0. True. Go to here break. Next it is 10. It goes to break. Next it becomes I becomes 11. At the time of 11 we can see 2 comma. We can see int of math of square root of 11. What is the square root of 11? 3 point. So 3 point plus 1 means 4. 2 comma 4. That means range of 2, 3. You can check 11 percentage 2 equals to 0. No. 11 percentage 3 equals to 0. No. So we go to else block. Append. In this way all the primes are prime numbers are added to the list L. I hope you all are understand how the all the prime numbers up to the n value stored in the list. Now our work is simple. Simply you are going to take this L value. In this you are going to check that either it is consecutive primes or not. So for example I am taking the 2. I don't take the 2. Why? Before this there is no numbers. So I can start from 3. That's why I am taking here the index is 1. That means I am starting from 3 in range of 1 comma length of L. So length of L means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that means 1 to 8. So length of 1. Sum equals to 0. For j in L, what is the j value first becomes? 2. Sum equals to sum plus j. That means 2. Sum equals to 2. If sum equals to L of I, what is L of I? 3. 2 equals to 3? False. So we don't enter into this block. If sum, what is the sum here? 2 greater than 3. I am checking that. No. So I go to this. Next j becomes 3. Next element in the list. Sum equals to 2 plus 3 equals to 5. 5 equals to 3? No. Go to here. 5 greater than 3? Yes. So break. Next you go to 2. 1 comma 8 means the next time the I value becomes 2. Sum equals to 0 again. That means sum equals to 0 again. I check that for j in L. So that means what is the j in L? Again j becomes 2. S equals to 0 plus 2. That means sum becomes 0 plus 2. I check that sum equals to L of I. What is the I value? 2. L of I means 5. What is the sum? 2. 2 equals to 5? No. So go to next instruction. What is the next instruction? Sum greater than or equals to L of I. What is the L of I? 5. 2 greater than 5? No. So again you go to for loop here. So now the j becomes 3. Sum equals to already 2. 2 plus 3, sum becomes 5. Sum equals to L of I. That means sum equals to 5. So L of I is also 5. 5 equals to 5. True. So count becomes 1. Why? Because count initially I am taking 0. Now the count value equals to 1. I value becomes 3. Sum equals to 0. J in N. So j equals to 2. Sum equals to 0 plus 2 equals to 2. 2 equals to 7? No. So you go to here. 2 greater than 7? No. Go to next iteration. That means no. J becomes 3. Sum equals to 2 plus 3. 5. 5 equals to 7? No. So go to next. 5 greater than 7? No. So next to go to next instruction. 5. Now j becomes 5. Already previous value sum in 5. 5 plus 5? 10. 10 equals to 7? No. 10 greater than 7? Yes. So break. Next it becomes 4. What is the 4? 11. 11. Again sum equals to 0. J in L. What is the J in L? 2. Sum equals to 2. Sum equals to L of I. 2 equals to 11. False. Sum equals to sum 2 greater than 11. False. Break. In this way we can run the loops, these two loops. Finally we can get the count value. We can see this for 17. Why? Because in 17 the condition is true. 2 plus 3, 5, 5 plus 5, 10, 5 plus 7, 17. So we can see that here the I value becomes 6. We can execute that. What is the I value here? 6. Sum equals to 0. For j in L, L is this. What is the j value? 2. Sum equals to sum plus j. That means sum equals to 2. If sum equals to L of I, that means 2 equals to 17 false. So next go to here. Sum equals to what is the 2 greater than 17 false. Next execute next instruction. You go to here. Next becomes 3. Sum equals to sum plus j. What is the sum value? 2. 2 plus 3, 5. Again you can check. 5 equals to 17 false. 5 greater than 17 false. Next again go to here. 3. After that 5. So 5 plus 5, 10. Sum equals to 10. 10 equals to 17 false. 10 greater than 17 false. The next value 7. 10 plus 7, sum equals to 17. 17 equals to 17 true. So the count is incremented by 1. Already it is 1. Again incremented by 1 means 2. That's it. So next, if sum 17 greater than 17 false, so go execute this. The next instruction, j becomes 11. 17 plus 11, 28. 28 equals to 17? No, false. 28 greater than 17? True. So break. At that time, the count equals to 2. We are going to print 2. That's it. So that means for n20, the prime numbers are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19. How many consecutive prime numbers? One is 5, another one 17. I am going to print this count. When it is becomes consecutive prime, I increment the count value. I hope you all understand this consecutive prime program.
Now we are going to see prime program. So first for that we are going to import math n equals to int of input. Initially I am taking that count equals to 0. For I in range of 2 comma n. For j in range of 2 comma int of math dot sqrt or sqrt of I plus 1 if I percentage j equals to 0, then break. Else you can write else for block, not for if. Else L dot append. We can write else block for loop in Python. If the break statement is not executed, then the else block will be executed. So this is the code for to store all the prime numbers up to n in list L. For I in range of 1 comma length of, so this is for finding consecutive primes. Sum equals to 0. For j in L, sum equals to sum plus j if sum equals to L of I count plus equals to 1. If sum greater than equals to L of I, break. Print count. We can execute this, save as a prime. give the input 20, 20. $22, 30, sorry 53, and you can execute another time. So for 10 it returns 1. For 10 it returns 1. Yes.